The singer died of a heart attack last night at the age of 82.
Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words,
we would have waited for as long as it took. From crooning big band torch songs in the 1940s with the likes of the Dorseys and Count Basie to the Grammy award-winning album duets in the mid-1990s, Frank Sinatra's voice defined the sound of the second half of the 20th century. He starred in many films. He was a member of the Rat Pack of hard-drinking, fast-living Vegas entertainers, including Sammy Davis Jr., Dean Martin, Peter Lawford, and Joey Bishop. There's a private funeral being planned. Condolences are coming in from everyday fans to former presidents, and all agree there will be never another one like Frank Sinatra.
He was able to transport you into another state of mind instantly. And there's very few people that can do that. And I think Frank Sinatra was one of these rare talents, original guy. And it's a huge loss.
On Duet, Sinatra matched voices with some of the world's best pop singers. Joining us live now, the man who produced that album, Phil Ramone. Thanks for joining us. Why did he decide to do it? Was it the novelty of it, do you think, or just the challenge of it?
No, I think most of all, Chuck, that once I'd explained to him how many people adored him, and over all these years I said there was such a group of people who wanted to hear him sing again on records and sing with him. He was always so critical of his own work that he wanted to make sure that he had met his own standards. And I think from all points of view, this was probably the most prideful moment.
What was it like to work with him? Was he self-effacing? Was he...
Well, I'd worked with him before, and you know, I learned what perfectionism is about, and attitude and demand, and this man did it all. And he brought that same credo to the studio again.
Why do you think he could transcend all the generations, do you think?
Because I think he never tried to be stylistically in the trend of itself. He worked from a song point of view, from an arranger's point of view, and from a musician's point of view, and he sang a lyric, and his heart gave out so everybody knew. He touched everybody.
And he never changed his style. He never tried to fit his style into rock or R&B or anything else, did he? I mean, he was his own man and his own stylist.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that, you know, as we look back and as we look forward, the history of what he's left us and the legacy is the greatest teaching tool in the world.
And the one thing you might always remember about Frank Sinatra?
His kindness, his sharp blue eyes, and when he loved something, there was no greater smile, and a happier man, and a passionate man, and a demanding man.
Thanks for joining us, and thanks for the legacy that you helped provide. Appreciate it. Phil Ramone, producer of Frank Sinatra's Duets album, quite a success.
In that same sense, Frank Sinatra is American music as performed. He's part of what is rightly called the golden age, when American music was much more civilized and coherent, and the melodies were much more glorious than is the case now.
Sinatra will most likely be buried in California, but he was a product of the East Coast, streetwise. Cynthia Tornquist looks back on the town Sinatra grew up in.
New York, New York.
Frank Sinatra loved to sing about New York City, but just across the river is Hoboken, New Jersey. It is here in this blue-collar town that Sinatra grew up. The house where he lived is now a vacant lot, but a plaque marks the site, and that's where residents gathered to leave flowers and remember the singer.
He was an icon, and there'll never be another one like him. He made this town famous. He put it on the map.
Sinatra was born in Hoboken December 12, 1915. He went to school here and played ball on the streets.
Well, we have them right back to the beginning. Copies of his high school diploma, copies of his birth certificate. We actually have his baby pictures as well.
Folks who knew Sinatra as a teen like to say Sinatra got his singing start on the streets of Hoboken as a member of a quartet.
Frank used to be with his quartet. He used to sing on corners with the four gentlemen that were him, his buddies. They all used to sing together like a quartet. And this used to go on every night. They used to sing out there.
Cynthia Tornquist, CNN Entertainment News, New York.
CNN will look back at Sinatra's legendary life and career. It's a one-hour special tonight at 10 o'clock Eastern Time called Sinatra, The Voice.